Her voice is such an interesting color.
Yeah. What?
Now you're reacting to the solo artist Gain, who is part of the girl group Brown Eyed Girls.
Today you'll be reacting to her B-side song called Tinkerbell, released in 2012 on her Talking About S album.
Gain is a really interesting figure in K-pop because she and her group mates like to tackle really taboo subjects, like one of her songs called Fuck You being about domestic abuse. Tinkerbell received a R19+ because it was considered too sexy and supposedly challenged moral boundaries. The song is composed by Jung So-kwon, and he did a lot of IU songs too.
And to call this song Tinkerbell, I mean, that's a direct subversion of expectation already. 3, 2, 1, Tinkerbell. I mean, because Tinkerbell is a symbol of innocence. Oh my gosh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The forced whoop cut of the guitar sound.
Whoa,
What the fuck?
That was cool, that was good.
I was like, it's broken.
Whoa. This is the
so
most
crazy.
electronic acoustic guitar I've ever heard. You know what I mean? Whoa.
And her voice keeps the staccato of the guitar. Wow.
Whoa, shit! Yeah.
Oh, the way this is working in the headphones is so insane. You need to listen to this with headphones or surround sound.
I like the inhaling sounds. That's a really nice touch.
This is like dark Tinkerbell.
Yeah. Ooh. That's a cool sound or distortion with the guitar.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, left,
Whoa, whoa,
now
whoa.
they're...
What? Holy shit!
What?
What?
Her voice is such an interesting color.
Yeah. Whoa!
This is like if you're on a little roller coaster, like the Tunnel of Love, and it takes you into different rooms and locations. That's what the song is like, but you're
And then
on a little
the thing's
train.
then the thing when it
Yeah, that's what it's so
Yeah.
robotic in a way.
yeah.
Wow, this is
What is happening?
trippy. I like it though.
It's chaotic and hectic, partly confusing, so maybe that's the goal.
I mean, sounds like love.
Yeah,
Let's be real for a second, you know.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Was that a bait? Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many levels.
They used every instrument created. Piano? What is that?
This is really cool. And I like this lyric video. She looks very emo.
It's like goth Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
It feels like this piece is shoving you, the rhythm is kind of pushing you. The silences almost slap you. It's very abrupt and jarring, but in a good way. I love it.
That's it. Oh my goodness. By the end, it becomes a surprise, after every iteration of the first part of the chorus, which register of her voice is she gonna sing in? You're not sure.
Alright, so what do you guys think of that one overall musically?
There was like lots of different layers because I'd be focusing on one thing, but then you would comment on another, and like by the time you like think about like I'd like think like it's gone, like it's something else is happening, and like I felt like every time like I opened my mouth, like it's whenever like something cool happened. I'm like, so I'm like, do I want to talk? Like,
the instrumentation is insane, and the panning is insane.
Yeah.
Like who uses panning as a musical technique, like expressive? Because that was actually expressive.
Yeah, these people do, Collin.
Apparently, yeah. But shit, at the beginning, what was really interesting is what they did with the rhythm.
Right.
Well, dude, I thought it was broken. But that's a really cool way of providing like background and context for the song. Just like building it up. It's like, oh, this is broken. Oh, this is still kind of broken. No, it's not as broken. But then you get the layering. I mean, the layering literally starts at noise. That's really good.
Yeah.
That could not have been easy to do.
No.
Yeah. I've never heard anything like that.
What?
I'm amused.
Why are you amused?
I'm amused.
I thought it was really cool. I love this.
I can tolerate it.
Wow. Hear the negative opinion first.
Oh God. Okay.
Is it negative?
It's not negative.
It's not negative.
It's
just
not quite
positive. I just hate it.
It's just.
No, I love it. Okay.
It's just kind of neutral. No.
Okay, go ahead.
It was creative. It was. It was. Again, talking about novelty factor. There were a lot of interesting sounds in there.
I'm all about those interesting sounds.
But they were kind of just there.
Yeah, man.
For the kicks. There's nothing wrong with that. Like that serves a purpose. You know, that's useful.
I love it because it's very unique. Like just the way that it's just very jarring. It's like, okay, cool pattern groove, and it's like, just kidding, for like a couple measures, and then it's like, okay, cool groove, and like you know that groove is gonna get interrupted, but like the way it interrupts the groove is just so jarring that you're still like, oh. I'm shook.
Yeah, and it was really jarring. One of the things I didn't really like about it was that like
that was like my favorite part
about it. The staccato was like forced. Like like I'm used to hearing like a little bit of ring, but it was literally like stereo silence. Literally just cut off and kind of chomped, and that kind of weirded me out a little bit.
Because you know those like cute staccatos that are like doo, 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 where it's supposed to be very like light and fluffy and staccato, and then there's the staccatos that are like, you know?
Yeah, but
like
then there are those staccatos, which can only be made in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the point though. Like I feel like they're doing something with this genre that they can't do with like other genres, you know? Because like if it needs a computer to do it, then like you should do it. Because that is what makes this unique as an electronic music genre.
Yeah. So psychotic. That moment where it's just like these random sound files. I totally went along with it. And it was just caught me by surprise. It's just, wow. I never knew you can take different sound files and just like throw them in and still make sense.
Yeah. The individual moments feel so choppy, but the whole song feels so interconnected. And if you look at, you said this song was considered too sexy. See, if you look at the lyrics, it's not that far from the lyrics of any other girl group, but it's because of the panting, the breathing, the sexual connotation, and even the style of music, the really jittery and just sensual vibe. I really like how not only is this provocative, it shows what the Korean music board is sensitive about, but it also is a very clever way to jab at it. It's very clever, and I like how it's not as overt as a lot of the brown eyed girls that I've reacted to in the past.
Well, that fucked me up in the best way. They really stretched the rhythmic boundaries. It was very risky. They almost felt like live, just because like no one ever like tries to go that far, you know. Like, and so much of it was like kind of really spacey over top of the like the kind of. I mean, it was crazy, but like in the best way. It was really good.
Yeah, and she also has like a really interesting color to her voice. It's not really like nasally, but it's kind of like wispy.
Wispy?
Oh, fairy-like. I mean, she's Tinkerbell, but like fairy. Yeah. But I liked it.
One point, I think maybe like 1 minute and 30 seconds or like the 2 minute mark. I forget, but somewhere in there, like after the first chorus, I think it's switching a lot, and then it's panning. Like usually, at least as a drummer, if I don't notice the rhythm section or like the beat, that's a good thing, because that means they're probably playing in time and making it feel good. I noticed something there. That's why I kind of like perked up. So I was like, oh, whoa, like something just jerked me, you know?
Yeah, well, and it's because you're not necessarily hearing one, right? So, I mean, all of us, you know, instinctively think in groupings of 4 or groupings of 3, and
just from the music that we grew up listening to.
Right. So it's kind of ingrained. It's so syncopated. It's so panned. It's so many rests that you're not quite sure, and that's an effect. You know, that's a really strong musical effect. So I think that's what this was as well.
It definitely did some things I've never heard a song go for, which is really cool because when it's switching from different ensembles, right, and like in a very harsh way where you almost like lose the beat, people probably can't dance to that, right? But she's still doing it anyways to make an artistic point, and I respect that. I respect someone where I feel like when I listen to the song, she's not doing it for the sake of getting popular. She's doing it for the sake of creating art that she believes in and supports, you know?
Hello everyone, I'm omg-horns channel creator, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed or learned something from it. If you'd like to support us or help ReacttotheK grow, you can do so by visiting our Patreon and help us out by pledging any amount you can. Big tip of the hat to our Superstar Idol patrons. Thanks for the love. Till next time.